The 10th generation Honda Civic lineup just nailed MotorWeek's Driver's Choice Award 2 years running. With no shortage of good competition running in the small car category, Honda's most innovative compact four-door sedan and coupe offerings continue to gain consumer and automotive press accolades. The crew at MotorWeek likes 10th generation Honda Civic. But more specifically, when considering the competition, chose 2018 Honda Civic for top honors based on 3 key performance factors, or variants if you will. A veritable performance Civic trifecta. One of the ruling innovations leading to MotorWeek's glowing accolade is the Civic of several firsts in North America and beyond. Introduced several years ago in Detroit as a car show concept and then a prototype, is what we find today in the first Honda Civic to not only be turbocharged, but to earn the coveted Type R performance designation. 10th generation 2018 Honda Civic Type R is one of the key factors in MotorWeek's consideration trilogy. With little debate, the 10th generation Honda Civic lineup represents the pinnacle in affordable near-premium compact personal transportation. No other economy car lineup in North America tops 2018 Honda Civic's standard feature value and available variety of trim variant. Presented in coupe, four-door sedan, and European car-inspired hatchback configurations, Honda takes this 5-decade auto icon to a higher level of available turbocharged performance. In the words of MotorWeek's editorial crew, jumping right in with our best small car, we've already got our first controversy. Traditionally, we don't bestow an award to any car more than 2 years in a row. But the latest Civic has been such a game-changer, we had to evolve to keep up with it and think twice. MotorWeek says, truthfully, it was the fact that Honda unleashed not one, but 2 high-performance variants that really sealed the deal. You can get a mild upgrade in coupe and sedan from the Civic C, or go extreme with the hot and hyper Type R hatchback. For MotorWeek, it was Civic C Coupe, sedan and the brick-built Civic Type R hatchback that drove Civic to the front of the small car segment. The last 2 years have been one heck of a run for Honda Civic. What will the future bring?
Sometimes it's the task of the Tesla communications department to explain, or provide context, or simply clean up the confusion after CEO Elon Musk says or tweets something about the electric car maker. In the latest case, it was Musk's statement about Tesla Model 3 production equipment that required the good people of the company's long-suffering PR group to swing into action. On last Wednesday's call for financial analysts to cover the full year 2017 results, Musk dropped a mention of new Model 3 battery production lines. He began the presentation by noting that the limiting factor for Model 3 production was how many battery modules, each containing many individual 2170 lithium-ion cells, could be produced at the company's Gigafactory outside Reno, Nevada. He admitted, module production is fundamentally the limiting factor on Model 3 output, which is ironic since battery modules really should be the thing we're best at. The company was a little overconfident, a little complacent and got too comfortable with our ability to do battery modules because we've been doing that since the start of the company. But 2 of the 4 module production zones Tesla had subcontracted to other companies flat out didn't work, requiring redesign that would normally take 18 months to be done in 6 to 9 months. Musk said, meanwhile, it is producing Model 3 modules using a series of small automated stations manned by people that have been remarkably effective, and to some degree have renewed my faith in humanity and humans' ability to adapt and learn. He said, that semi-manual, semi-automatic line is exceeding all 3 of the automatic lines. Tesla's longtime chief technical officer J.B. Straubel added, those semi-auto lines are where we have people that are moving materials, perhaps between the machines, that are actually performing the operations. He stressed, but there is still a degree of automation doing the operation, likely in a response to earlier media reports that Model 3 batteries were largely being built by hand rather than by automated production equipment. Analyst Rod Lach of Deutsche Bank Securities then asked about the Model 3 run rate using current semi-automated production techniques, and what Tesla expected that rate to be once the fully automated line was up and running. Straubel responded, "Well, it's probably a level of granularity that is not productive to dive into in terms of exactly what is coming from which operation. But we do expect the new automated lines to be landing and starting up at the Gigafactory in just the next landing site within this quarter." Then Musk added, "Yes. We expect the new automated lines to arrive next month in March, and then it's all ready. It's working in Germany. So, that's got to be disassembled, brought over to the Gigafactory, and reassembled and then brought into operation at the Gigafactory. It's not a question of whether it works or not. It's just a question of disassembly, transport, and reassembly." Much head-scratching ensued, including a Bloomberg story Wednesday night that recapitulated Musk's statement that the production line created and successfully tested in Germany by Tesla Grohmann will be shipped to the US next month. The company later issued the following statement stressing that its first quarter projections for Model 3 production, using the semi-automated line, did not depend on the German equipment. Tesla's ability to meet its target of 2,500 per week by end of Q1 2018 is not dependent on the additional equipment that is currently located in Germany, as that equipment is expected to start ramping production during Q2 2018. With respect to battery module production, Tesla's ability to meet its target of 2,500 per week by end of Q1 2018 is dependent only on the equipment that is already present at Gigafactory 1, as well as the incremental capacity that is currently being added through the semi-automated lines that were also discussed during the conference call.
Hyundai Kia has been adamant about swinging into the electric car segment. Kia debuted the nearly EV concept at the 2018 Consumer Electronics Show with 238 miles of range, not so coincidentally the same figure at the 2018 Chevrolet Bolt EV. However, Hyundai's next act could leapfrog Chevy's pride and joy. Hyundai released a teaser image for the Kona Electric, and the European press release mentioned 292 miles of range under the new European World's Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure, WLTP. This cycle replaces the new European Driving Cycle, NEDC, which has always lagged behind real-world estimates. The new cycle, though, will still likely overshoot EPA ratings. We'll likely see a Kona Electric range around 240 miles or more. The release also explained that there will be two powertrains for the Kona Electric. One will likely achieve the figure to outgun the Bolt EV. We don't know what GM and Chevy have on deck for the Bolt EV in the years to come, but we do know two new all-electric cars will arrive in less than 18 months. One of them will likely be a more premium electric crossover for the Buick brand. It's game on for the electric car market.
On day one at the Auto Expo, Japanese auto major Honda unveiled 3 new products, including the all-new Amaze, which will hit the market during the upcoming fiscal. The company also unveiled all-new CR-V and Civic sedan as part of its plan to launch 6 new products in the Indian market over the next 3 years. Honda Motor Company President and Representative Director Takahiro Hoshigo told PTI, "We are committed to the Indian market and aim to launch 6 models in the coming 3 years. Today we announced 3 models which will be launched in 2018-19. He added, while Amaze will strengthen Honda's presence in mass segment, all-new CR-V and comeback of Civic will help the company fortify its presence in the premium segment.
It might be the cheapest Tesla yet, but it's hardly an econo box from the old days. Sleek, shiny and with the same style touchscreen interface of its models S and X, the Model 3 is on par with some of the more upscale vehicles on the road today. Chief among the differences, however, is the Model 3's sole use of electricity for its power supply. Tesla unveiled its Model 3 on Friday at its Bellevue Square showroom, the first public showing of the new car in Washington, and the first up-close glimpse for many who have put a deposit down but are still waiting patiently for their own car to arrive. Though lines around the block appeared at other showcases elsewhere around the US in the last week, this scene was more tame Friday, with a small group waiting before the showroom's official opening, and then a healthy, but not unreasonable, line holding up throughout the morning. Margalie O'Neill was among the older set looking the car over. At 81, she admitted she eschews some forms of modern technology. She doesn't have a cell phone, for instance, but was excited to be on the list for the Model 3.